I might have you pop in just to make sure. So I might have you pop in here just to make sure that sound is okay, because that's the last thing we need to be fucking around. I think sound's picking up, but I have to make sure it's not picking up the music in the background. I don't think it is, but I got nervous when there was an odd
music, no hums. Well, very, very mild hum.
Mild hum. Is that from your space heater? I don't know.
Probably.
I was gonna say, I don't know that I have anything that should be humming over here.
I'm pretty sure it's from mine.
Okay. As long as we know where it's coming from. Alright, well now we'll see if Stream Elements decides to join us today. Always an adventure with that. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. We'll see. Alright. I need something. I need a square. Alright. So let's see. So for those that are new here, today we are gonna start our test sketch for our next Bob Ross needle felt. Which is the one that I've been dreading for a while, because it's going to involve me doing a silhouette, and I'm really bad with people, let alone trying to do a silhouette with needle felting. Ooh. I mean, we'll see what we can do. My bin of fasteners, extra binder clips, and some charging cables. Alright. So just a regular number 2 pencil to get us started off here. Alright. We've got our pencil sharpener, we've got our pencils. So I was trying to watch this a little bit earlier, and I keep trying to grab my mouse over here. Oh my goodness. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead. I do have the video muted. We do have captions on though. And we're gonna be stopping a lot as we go along, just while we get things sorted. Man, it started snowing buckets. I actually tried to go live a little bit sooner and we had a pipe issue. So it's still not resolved yet. We're trying to get it resolved. It's gonna take a while. But man, in the matter of like a half an hour, 45 minutes, the road's completely covered and it's dusty snow, so there's not much traction. Russell went to go grab us dinner ahead of time to reheat later, and he spun out in the parking lot trying to leave. So that's fun. Alright, so he has a red base on this. And then he grabs yellow, right? So he's kind of making like a gradient with yellow in the middle, and it's kind of like oranging out, and like a little orange halo around the yellow. And then it's like going out into a lighter red, a lighter dark red, and then like it's deep dark red out in the background here. Now, this one might be one that we have to kind of jump through and go back and forth a bit, so he's adding a little bit more yellow to that one specific area. Now, with the needle felting, I'm not, like, I can't make things happen quite like that. I kind of need to see what the plan is here to figure out how we're gonna do it from there. And I'm trying to figure out where his ground comes in. So he grabbed the crimson and the Van Dyke brown just to make a slightly reddish tinged brown. And he's kind of putting tree trunks in the background there that just kind of stop at like maybe halfway points or something. Or like a third of the way down, it just stops. I think the mentality here behind that is that the fire is so bright you don't see the rest of the tree because it's washing everything out. I think that's what's happening here. Let's see, how far does he take this one down? Okay, they're all kind of stopping around the same. Okay. So he's gonna grab, what did he grab? Hold on. Let me go back. 1-inch brush. So he grabbed crimson. Okay, so he grabbed the alizarin crimson straight, I think. I thought he added Van Dyke brown to it too, but it might have just been the crimson. Some kind of dark color, and he's starting to put in, there must be Van Dyke brown in there. And he's starting to put like the shadows of the leaves on back in there. Alright, I'm going to bump this. I would like the YouTube ad to not be there. Hold on. Sorry, YouTube, but I ain't getting money from that ad, so I need to see. Where's the ground? Okay, he's sitting. That might be a little bit easier. I thought he was standing. It's still gonna be tough. Alright, let's... Oh, we gotta come back further. A little bit further. I need to see how far back we're taking this, Bob. A little bit further. Alright, maybe we went too far. Okay. You know what? Let's go to the very end. That's a little dark. Let me see if I can back it up. Is it gonna give me an ad? Okay, can we get a head-on shot of this where it's not... This season they were real big on this like 3/4 shot, which just annoys the fuck out of me. Like, I want to see... Jesus Christ. I need to see a pulled back head-on shot on this, Bob. Okay, so if I can... Alright, it looks like that is the bottom of the canvas. Right under where the time is. Oh, nope. Ah, what did you do? I want to grab the thing. I grabbed something and moved it. I'm probably going to be mad about it later. Come on. Let go. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I grabbed there. Alright, okay, so kind of looks like we've got 3 different things here. So we've got kind of like a pond or something here. Sorry if it seems a little dark over here. We've noticed that my lights aren't quite doing it. And we've been playing with it, trying to get something to work here. It doesn't help that I can't see. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can find a better final shot of this. So give me 1 second here. Alright, so Bob Ross. Campfire. Photo. I don't need it zoomed in. I really just want... Okay. Did see a cleaned up version of this on Amazon. This actually looks a little bit different than his. So it's kind of like... Oof, I don't know how I'm going to do this water. Alright, so it's kind of like... We got like a pond. Kind of like hanging out there. And... kind of like here, but there's like a little slopey thing kind of coming out this way. This is gonna be tricky. I don't know about this, guys. Alright, so about here we kind of have a... It's kind of like a C shape, right? Kind of like a divot. Like a little, like upside down arc. And then about in here, kind of feels like that's about how far back it is. It might not really be that far back. Maybe it's like more like here. Alright, let's try that. Let's see how I feel about that. Alright. This is a tough one because there's so much blending and it's technically a black canvas. Now, I know it's technically a black canvas, and usually for those we we'll do the background in full black and then we'll start adding in our color. I'm not doing that this time. I think I might do Ugh. See, I don't know now because he covered a lot of that up. I have like a really, really dark red that I was thinking of doing, but it almost looks brown with the way he's got it in here. So it's amazing how different the color looks between this updated print that I'm seeing the photo of on Amazon. I'm not showing it right now. I mean, I guess we could, but so that's what the updated print looks like that I'm seeing on Amazon. And then, hang on, let me come back here. And then this is kind of, no, get all that out of there, please. And then like this is what it looks like in the original video, and it's a lot darker. And it looks a lot more red. And you know what? This one looks zoomed in a little bit. So these do look different. They're similar, but the one from the video looks more red. And it doesn't seem like there's as many shrubs as there is in the... Oh yeah, that's entirely different. Oh yeah. Okay, so... You know, it is completely different. That's a reproduction. Entirely. The water's different. Like, it's the same kind of idea, unless this is a different version that he did. Because the water here, it's shaped different. It doesn't go, like, all the way. Unless it's just because of how dark it is. It looks more compacted. But, something's definitely different between the two, aside from the color. Things just look slightly differently placed. Alright, so if we've... It kind of seems like stuff is sloping down to where our guy is. He kind of lost some of those tree trunks back there too. So we've got my half-assed excuse. I can't even really see it because I'm not really pressing that hard yet. Like, I know I'm not pressing that hard yet. I mean, now I am, so you guys can see it. Oh, that's a lot bigger than it necessarily should be. Alright, so like, we don't want to burn down the forest, I suppose. Let's tone that down a little. Okay. So something like that. We've got our logs here. I'm not sure how we're gonna make that work, but that's the general idea. Okay, so everything kind of has the reddish hue to it. So let's see what color reds that we have to work with. What is this? Alright, this is straight up red. We definitely don't want blue. That's a cocoa. We don't want raspberry. Maroon. Maybe maroon. Maybe. Let's see. Blue. I might need that. What are you? A regular brown. I don't think we're gonna need that, but we'll pull it aside. These cars are going so fast for these road conditions. It is wild. Mahogany. Like, I'm just kind of pulling out potential colors here. Bronze. Beaver brown. Dark brown. There's like maybe the slightest tinge of green in there. So we're gonna have to find a green that's gonna work for us. We don't want anything crazy. Like a black. Alright, we want those. Oh wait, you know what? We need this yellow too. What color are you? Lemon Glacier. You're like neon. How's everybody doing today? Everybody staying warm? So we didn't have any pipes coming into the house freeze yet. We seem to have... We're having trouble with one pipe that we kind of forgot about, to be perfectly honest. I didn't realize that it was exposed out there. Our pipe that they put in when we had the sewer line fixed to drain the kitchen sink, it's outside of the house. And, I didn't realize that it was outside. Because I'm not back there that often. And, the toilets are still flushing fine. The tub's draining fine. The washing machine is draining fine, it seems. It's just that particular exit pipe. Completely forgot about it. I was more worried about the faucet outside than that last night. And, the water's not draining out. So we're like, fucking hell. It's PVC, so now we're worried that it's gonna crack. So we grabbed some... We stole some of the hay bales from around the RV to put against this pipe to try to keep it from getting any worse, if that's possible at this very moment. I don't know. We tried putting some salt water in the sink because we didn't know what else to do, to see if that would slowly start to melt it. And now we kind of have to wait when it stops snowing and starts to warm up a little. We might take one of the space heaters outside and stand there and try to at least warm up the plastic slowly to see if we can make something move there. We already had to drain the sink by hand. Fish tank pump coming in clutch. Alright, let's see what we can do with these colors. I'm not going to use all of these. We don't have that many colors going on here, but so I'm thinking for the background. Let's see. I've got this color red. This says it's mahogany. Let me see here. We need a... Alright, if I need to be zoomed in a little bit more, you guys let me know. Okay. So I've got a red and a red wine. But I also have a burgundy. Let me grab my colors here. This is why I sorted through them this morning. I got them up on the new fluff wall. The new fluff wall is not transitioned yet to the new bags. I started to. So these are going to be the new bags. They're a little bit bigger. Oh, it is very dark over here. Alright, how bad is that shadow going to be? It's a little bit there. I might need to get the yellowy lamp and put it on the other side. Alright, so for like the very, very background, I'm thinking that we start out with the burgundy, to be perfectly honest. Like, we cover everything in the burgundy. That's maroon. It's kind of more of the wine color. Do I not have a burgundy color? That's brown. Really, of all the colors they gave us, and we didn't get that. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know. This is the wine. Let me pull it out of the plastic so there's no glare. Okay, so that's the wine. Whichever color we decide we're going to end up going with, I have to pluck more of it tonight. And that's the burgundy. So this is the deep red. And then this is the red wine. So trying to figure out who's gonna look better on top of each other. I'm thinking the burgundy might actually be too dark. We might go with the wine. The wine has kind of our color here. So if we make the wine our background color for all of it, right? And then we probably we'll use this for like the shadows on the trees back up in there. And then maybe this might be the good brighter counterpoint to that one. Get my hands out of the way. Hard to see. Where's my flashlight? I'm not sure if this is this going auto-focusing? I fixed that, didn't I? I feel like it's auto-focusing. Wow, this camera. We're also working out the kinks with this camera. I can't tell if this is blurry or if it's me. Is that blurry?
What?
The shot?
Not particularly.
Okay. Oh, I can't tell between me needing new glasses.
It's relatively good.
Okay.
Looking at the pencils, it looks pretty clear.
Okay. It almost looked like it was trying to autofocus again, and I'm like, I fixed that 3 times already. Okay. so that's that one. Alright, so what color are we gonna dub our... What color was that? Was that the mahogany? Or was that the maroon? Alright, that was the maroon. Okay. So we'll hit up the background with the maroon to start with. This is the deep red. For a second I was like, uh-oh. Which red are you? Alright. So we're definitely going to use the wine. So I have to fluff a shit ton of more of that tonight. Okay, so... Alright, there you are. Okay. So, background. Base. We are going to go with wine. So I'm just gonna kind of fill this in lightly. So I mean, this is just kind of our getting our idea down for how we want to attempt to approach this. This isn't, you know, how the final thing's probably gonna look, because you know, colored pencil to fluff is a big difference in how they come out and look comparatively to each other. I wish that the security cam software worked with my PC, because we could have a snow cam going in the one corner. At least like in the little nook and cranny somewhere in our yard, but it's not. Compatible, thank you, Windows 11. Like, as it was for the other PC, I had to use an emulator to access it, because it really only worked with my husband's phone. And that's not really gonna help us here. So I'm gonna darken up our corners a bit here. Like I said, this isn't gonna be any kind of a spectacular colored pencil drawing. We're just trying to get the idea down here. That's all we're trying to do. Okay. So and we are gonna go with, I think, the red wine as the lighter red. So our red background, I'm gonna go with red wine. Now let's see, which one of you fools is gonna be not you? So probably, yeah, we'll do you. So you're straight up just so I know what colored pencil I grabbed. Alright, so that will get slowly like mixed in. We're gonna have to probably try to blend these two colors together a little bit. I don't have any hand cards yet, so we're gonna have to try to only use the one brush. So this is gonna kind of get put in all through the background here. Again, just a kind of a rough idea of what this might look like, because it's not going to look the same once we translate the idea over to fluff. It's just not. They never really quite look the same. Alright, so he had those trees in the background. I'm gonna find one of our dark browns. Alright. What color are you? You'll do. You're no beaver brown, but you'll do. I have beaver brown. We could use beaver. That's fine. We actually have ice on the inside of our door to go outside. I was like, really? Wow. So it's currently, what is it currently anyway? Let me grab you, bring you over here. Alright, I'm gonna hide that for a second because I don't want it fucking around and grabbing the wrong thing. Oh no, oh yeah, they bumped us to 2 to 4 now. Earlier they were saying, originally they were saying 3 to 5. Then they dumped it down to 1 to 4. And then it was 1 to 3, and now they're saying 2 to 4. Can we make up our minds? It is currently 3 degrees out and -10 feels like. Oh goody. It's a little chilly. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, that's still going. Okay. I was gonna close up my incense. I didn't realize it was still going. Alright, so... Okay. Your mouse isn't on that side, dumbass. Stop it. Okay, so we can bring YouTube back. Okay. Now, okay, so we've got some trees that he kind of dropped in a couple places back in here. And he didn't really take them down all that far, they just kind of stopped. Some were a little bit thicker. Some not quite so thick. Some of them had some arms coming off of them. So they were kind of just back here. I'm not exactly sure how far back he took them. So kind of something like that, right? For the background at least. Okay, so background. Trees. We're going to do, we'll probably do Van Dyke brown. Oh, no, chocolate brown. Excuse my shitty handwriting. Okay. So, for the shadow on the trees, I'm gonna grab the beaver and we'll mix the beaver with the burgundy. So we'll mix a little bit of the Van Dyke brown, or the chocolate brown, excuse me, in with the burgundy to get our dark shadows, I think. So we'll just kind of swirl these guys in here. A bit. Again, just kind of trying to get our thoughts together on this. Just kind of some swirly leaves. Alright, and then I don't really have a dark red to use for this. Surprisingly enough, they didn't really give us that many reds. I'm gonna grab this mahogany just to kind of throw in here with this. Okay, so leaves. Shadows, we're gonna do the burgundy and chocolate. I'm just putting the colored pencil name so I know what I used. Okay, so I got those two. Okay, now for some of them it looks like he kind of added maybe the slightest bit of yellow ochre. just to put a little bit of highlight touches in here where the firelight's kind of catching. Okay, so now this color could change. Let's go back up into here where he's putting these in. Alright, I'm just gonna bump through this real quick. Alright, so there he's putting the... There's more traffic now than there was this morning before it started snowing. This is unbelievable. Alright, so he's putting the shadows in. Oh, okay, he added something all the way over there. Okay, so here we go. Or beaver. So there was something over here. He just kind of filled in. He just kind of filled that in. How far over did you take that? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so you didn't take it quite to the edge. Yet. Alright, where's that mahogany? Hey, Bob. I kind of missed what you did there. Alright, so let's go back. Okay, so he took yellow, ochre, and Indian yellow. Yellow, ochre. Stop, Bob. I hit pause. Stop. So, this can be our yellow ochre color. Now, Indian yellow is kind of like an orangey yellow, sort of. The only thing that I have that looks even remotely close to that, and this is probably a little more orange than Indian yellow is this guy. If we use it real sparingly, maybe. Because, I mean, I've got another mustard, but that's not really the right shade. Give me my bag. And this is kind of yellow. You okay?
Uh-huh.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Cold feet.
Oh. So maybe we do a mix of the ochre. Where is it? So maybe we do a mix of the glorious gold color that I've got, which is kind of this color. Are you getting up?
I can. What you need?
Can I have a cat litter bucket?
Yeah.
What?
Grass is almost gone.
These fuckers are still driving. You can't even see the road. Let me see if I can see out without disturbing everything. Like, you can't even see where the edge of our property stops and the road starts. Alright, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna use the wine and the red wine. The Glorious Gold, and I think the Varsity Gold. The Burgundy. We want the chocolate brown. And I think that's as far as we've gotten so far. I'm just putting them in a bucket so I know where they're at. That we've pulled them out. Okay. So we can keep track of our decisions here. Okay, there's probably going to be a louder hum. The husband turned his space heater off and I'm frozen. So it's getting real fucking cold in here real fast without the space heater going. Alright, so leaves, highlights. We're gonna go Glorious Gold. What is this color? Harvest Gold. And I need, this is probably, oh, that's bright. What about straight yellow? That's even brighter. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be downright neon. Wow, yeah, okay, not that. No, 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 no. What are you? Daffodil. No. Bronze yellow. No. Okay, so I guess we'll go with golden yellow. Again, just roughly laying in some color where it might go. I think it was Varsity. Yep. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Varsity Gold, not Varsity Yellow. Okay, and this is golden yellow. Doesn't really matter the pencil color names. I'm just doing that in case I want to bring that color in somewhere else so I know I'm grabbing the right color. Alright. Oh, the joy of penciling. How are you doing? I'm okay, Lone Ranger. How are you? We're just doing a test piece here. Really rough sketch. Really rough. Just trying to get our thoughts together for when we start to do this with needle felting. I'm trying to pull out colors similar to the color yarns that I have that we're gonna turn around and try to duplicate this hot mess into needle felt. Making a key on it. Yeah, kinda. It kind of takes a little bit of, well, this color, no, that color. You might need to buy some more yarn. Oh, I've got plenty of yarn. Plenty of yarn. I've got about oh, let me see. I've probably got at least 60 colors of yarn. And this is only a portion size of what I have. I have like full-on skeins of it still. Yeah, that's the problem, because you can't like add liquid black to it and get the color, or the liquid white to get to the color. There's like all these shades, and I'm just like, oh. This is one of the hardest ones that we have looked at so far of his. We've done all of the ones in season 3 up to this point. So we've done the first 9. It's taken us quite a while. We have the playlist on the YouTube channel, same name as here, under Nisey Needle Felts, for us doing the first 9 episodes. There also should be photos of the finished ones, either on the Ko-fi or the Instagram. Links should be somewhere below or on the About page or something. Somewhere. You're good. Building yourself to sad songs and musicals and like. I haven't tried. Are you selling my Ko-fi? Yeah, I haven't tried dyeing yarn yet. I don't really have the space for it to dry without my cats getting into it right now, but I do have quite a number of shades that we can work with. I just have to fluff some more of the colors that we're going to be using. We do need to come back in and add some more background color in here. So I think, because that cad yellow that he threw in there mixed with the red underneath, and it kind of created some oranges and stuff in the background. So I think we're gonna need, before we even put the trees in, background. I have to make an amendment here, so background campfire. So kind of similar to how we did the lighthouse, except it's going to be a little more involved. Let's see. Cats and yarn best friends. Oh yeah, I got some more colors that I didn't have for Christmas, and I wasn't allowed to have them until Christmas, but I had opened the box to see what had come in that shipment, because they split the order, and I just kind of folded the flaps back underneath to close the box, and one of our asshole cats decided to get in under the flap and chewed through the plastic bag that was covering the yarn, and then started trying to chew or claw at one of the skeins of yarn, and oh, it was a hot mess when I was going through it. I was like, no! I actually might still have it close by. I don't think it ended up in my finished fluff bin yet. Oh, here it is. Like, I'm like, really? That is not what it looked like when it got it. Like, what the hell, cats? And, like, it should have been more like this. I'm like, what did you do? You, like, just went in there and went to town and ripped it all apart. Your family used to dye yarn because all they had was gray, black, and white, and brown. Sheep and hot mess and warm colors, and the cats flipped it up, and yeah. So I was just like, oh my goodness gracious. So we need to get some orange in here. I neglected to do that so far. Now orange is actually a color I don't have that many shades of yet. We've got a couple of shades though that I think might work here. Trying to pull it off my yarn clothesline I've got going. So we've got regular orange. We've got blood orange, which is a little bit brighter, and then we've got our bright orange. I actually might use all three of these. So some of my family lives on a farm, so that's nice. I mean, at least you've got like access to stuff. So if we kind of filter in, so this is going to be like in the background a bit. These are probably going to come down a little bit further, or we're going to end up taking the flame a little bit higher. Like I said, I'm still kind of trying to get my thoughts together on this. Color you. Alright, so if we kind of bring this in, because I mean, and the color pencils only blend so much, especially when I'm just doing this real rough. See, it's kind of red though. I mean, the color pencil match doesn't really matter that much. That's close. But it helps me have a better idea of what I'm looking at. Oh, that's what we should use for the Indian yellow. Banger! It's supposed to snow until like 4 or 5. Haven't looked at the radar recently. Alright, what color are you? Okay, I think I like you better for that. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. Where's my pencil? Okay, so we're gonna do straight up orange. Yeah, what color was that? Oh, I have a straight up just orange. Okay. Fill you in there. So I hope you're doing all right today. What was I gonna do for the blood orange? Was that the blood orange? Blood orange. It's a little bright for blood orange, but okay. And then I think I was looking at orange. What the fuck is that? Orange circuit? Orange. Yeah, I don't know. This color. Orange bright. My messy ass handwriting. But I know what it says at the moment, so we're good. Alright, what color was this? Ah! Oh shit. I dropped it. At least it didn't roll away on this rug that I have under my chair now. I like this one better. Alright. So we kind of have that very, very roughly put it. So we're gonna go with orange, throw that in the bucket. We're gonna go with blood orange and orange bright. Campfire itself. Oh, I'm freezing. We have straight up yellow. Like, there's like a little bit of yellow kind of mixing in there, but not really. Alright, so flames are gonna be shit. I guess we're gonna do flames in buttercup yellow. Come here. Okay. If we have enough, if we get done soon enough, we might start today. We'll see. It's 2:40. See what's going on, because things are being weird here today, so. Alright. Okay, so let's jump back over to here, and I just almost leaned for the armrest that I flipped up. That was good. Oh, and then he blurred them. Okay, so yeah, so this side didn't go all the way over. This side kind of did, but there's no trunk on this one. Yet, I guess. Looks like entirely different shades that he's dropped down in there now. Like, entirely. Okay, so he forgot to highlight that one. Oh wait, yo, what are you doing? So... Okay, so we're hiding the trunk on that one. Oh, okay, so that's why he left that open. A big old one over there. That brush is getting a workout. Okay, so he's just gonna kind of fill in, and then he's taking that down. Okay. Hold that thought, Bob. Alright. I need our background color here that we're gonna end up covering pretty much everything in, is what I'm thinking. Alright, so he kind of brings this down to in here. Our red color kind of ended up coming a little bit down into here. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Now we were doing this, so this is gonna have like a little space, and then we're gonna kind of I'm just doing little circles in here just to kind of help build up our shape and stuff. You know, just rough ideas. How far down did he take that? Okay. So, that's a big shrubbery there. So he pretty much takes that like all the way down to here. If I'm seeing, well no, I guess it'd be to here, and then he's kind of got some of this laid in to here. Basically. And then up here we've got some branchy guys happening. Kind of hanging out in here. You alright?
Yeah.
What you up to?
Oh, I was having some cheese and crackers. Alright.
Alright, so this guy kind of comes down to like here. So just kind of dropping in our shadow placement. Sorry for the hum, it's the one space heater. We're just gonna have to cope with it today. Because it's like 3 degrees outside and it's very cold in here. Okay, so then kind of got some guys hanging out into here. Seems to be very dense. Very densely treed back in here. Alright, so then in here, how far over does this come? Alright, kinda, like actually these guys should probably come down a little bit further. A little bit thicker maybe. Like this guy just kind of stops about there. So this guy, where's my edge gonna be here? So it's gonna be like kind of right to there. Alright, this isn't gonna be an exact copy of Bob's, that much I can guarantee you. I'm not that good. And it's not the same medium, so gonna be hard to make it look that identical, but see what we can do. Oh, my feet are frozen. I have to figure out what color base felts we're gonna use here out of the ones that are the proper size. Okay, so we kind of got that. And then we kind of have some stuff happening down into here. going this way. Alright. Now. Alright, Bob. So we're gonna be watching this twice. Oh, wait, what did you do? Go back. Not that far. Okay. Indian yellow and permanent red. I'll make like an orangey color. Okay. So then we're gonna highlight those in orange. Kind of looks like our blood orange color. So maybe we do the blood orange with just a little tap or two in of this orange. Write the colors down. I don't think that's the same color, but it might be. Alright, where's my mouse? I gotta get used to this new setup here. Okay, so maybe some blood orange, just kind of hanging out on that side and not that color. And we'll hit it. Oh, Num Nums is here. You might want to check on him. We have an outside cat that likes to show up. We swear somebody else has got to be feeding him. Okay. So we want to leave some of the dark there, and then different points over here. Kind of fill that in a little bit here. Just in places. Is he okay?
He didn't hang around.
Really?
Uh-huh.
We didn't move fast enough.
Yeah, second time he's done that.
Unless something spooked him.
Could be.
Oh. Probably the sound of the cars driving by on the snow. So this side doesn't get as much of that bright orange. I'll get it a little bit. Dump those back into our bucket. Alright, Bob. What else we got going on here? he back? Or is that P-Butt?
That was me.
Oh. Okay, so we have to kind of make some logs. So we kind of did them like cross style. Kind of did like one in the middle, and it looked like there was like maybe another one. Okay. Alright, and then he does the path. Alright, so that's going to be down to that section in there. Alright, so I mean, he already pounced in all that brown. So it's kind of like down into here. So like this section is going to be like still deliberately dark. Okay, so he's highlighting it and it's kind of like a lighter brown. Okay, so it kind of looks like he also threw in some yellow ochre. There's a shit. There's like a chunk missing on this pencil on the barrel. It sounded like I just broke it even more. Oh no. Ah! Okay. So it kind of seemed like maybe there was some. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, cool. So it actually seemed like we had all that, and he like put that brown base into here, but it kind of seems like there's some ochre in here. It might not really be the case, but it kind of seems like it. He didn't really do much over here yet. This side seemed to have it more. I'm not that worried about these colored pencils, they're ancient. Alright, where's that pencil at? I really need a better pencil sharpener. This isn't the greatest. But we don't use pencils that often, so don't really need a superb sharpener. But this one's just kind of eating this pencil at this point. I just need something usable on you. Oh, please. Oh. Oh, yeah, nope, that wasn't the thing to do. Alright, hold on, guys. Technical difficulties. Did we get both pieces out of there now? Alright. Where'd it go? Literally just had it in my hand. Oh, it's underneath. Okay, let's try again. I had something clogging in there. Just need part of it to cooperate with me. Really? This pencil is just like fucked. This pencil's just fucked. Or maybe it's the sharpener. I don't know. I mean, these are just cheap Crayola colored pencils. I've had them for forever. Oh, that side wants to sharpen. Alright. Fine. We'll go with that. So. Alright. What was that last? Oh, the light brown. Alright, what color does this look like? It's a little orangey. I mean, I guess that might work. Although I think the taupe might be a little bit better. The copper's kind of more of like our soft camel-y color. Let me see here. Who's gonna do better? If I can get it off of my clothesline. Alright, so not the copper. I actually have a tan. Oh, no. And who are you? Antique brass. I think antique brass is probably closer. So this got highlighted in that. Alright, I forgot. I'm not writing stuff down. Middle shrubs. So we're gonna go with the chocolate brown. I'm just dropping everything today. Highlight shrubs is gonna be probably the blood orange and the orange bright and maybe glorious gold. It's just my shorthand. Excuse me, cat. Oh my god. Alright, so that's our... Don't mind the noise. Cat's just jumping on everything. Because he just cannot not. Alright, and then our Glorious gold. Alright. Fire logs are chocolate brown. I cannot get over how cold it is. It's just like seeping in off of the walls. It's fucking wild. Alright. Pathway. Oh, that's not how you spell pathway. Pathway. Chocolate brown. And soft fudge. So that's gonna be this guy and this guy. Alright, I'm not sure how much. This might be more shrubbery that's actually kind of sitting in here. It might like kind of come back to here. This might be more like that. I didn't, because we were skipping around, so there might actually be more shrubs here that are missing. Hillside to water is gonna be like, I'm just gonna do GG for glorious gold. SF for our soft fudge. Alright. Put those guys there. Soft fudge is added to the bucket. Okay. Alright, so we got our pathway in, kinda. He's got the flames coming in. It's still coming down in buckets. As much as snow can come down in buckets. I missed what you were mixing on the brush. Okay. So we put the little flamey in. Yellow ochre. Indian yellow and permanent red. That's probably like our base orange color. Of course. Well, all right, so grassy stuff. Alright, so that's gonna be our straight up orange, our glorious gold, and the Indian yellow, which was, we're using varsity gold for that. So glorious gold. That one. And our straight up orange. Okay, so We still got this spot open in here, and honestly this shrubbery might be supposed to be a little bit bigger. So this side, he doesn't really take it down that far over here yet. And probably can't really see me putting this in because it's a mess of colors here. If this all coming into here, and we'll work that in.
The camera's shaking really hard.
Sorry. It's because
well,
the whole thing
I'm going
is
to turn
shaking.
my heater on in a second. That might help if it's not. You want to turn yours off?
It's shaking because I'm doing this.
Oh. I was wondering if we could attach it to like your drawers there or something.
Those are not stable. These are not interlocked. This is sliding all over the place when I go to open a drawer. I would not trust it.
At least you're not opening your drawers often.
I would not trust it not to fall.
I'm going to find something else to attach it to when you're done. Well, eventually.
I mean, anything's gonna shake even if we put a bracket on the wall.
Well, the bracket on the wall ain't going to shake it.
Well, if you come in and out, it'll shake when you shut the door.
Well, alright, fine, but it won't be from you scrubbing at it with a pencil.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was shaking that hard.
Yeah, it is. Like, it's genuinely wobbling. So, like I said, I'll probably end up having to bracket it or something, but I'll find something else for you to...
Go check on your mom, because I heard her door open.
Yeah.
And I don't want her fucking around outside like she's not supposed to be. Oh yeah, because everything over here is shaking. Like my monitor is shaking. All of it. Alright, so we put in some glorious gold here. His mom just can't leave well enough alone. Yeah, sorry that's shaking like that. Fuck. So if we're stabbing, that's amazing because the other camera didn't shake that much, and that was sitting on top of my monitor.
Well, your other desk was also a little bit more solid, which probably helped. And it wasn't on the end of an armature, which, again, that makes it more prone to shaky shake. But again, if I attach a bracket to the wall, then that at least will be more solid for your day-to-day use.
We have to get a bracket, though. We don't have any. Oh, no. Gold and yellow. That's right. I mean, I'm really pressing down on this. Hopefully it's not too bad. Sorry, I'm trying to look at his screen across the room. She hadn't gone outside, had she?
Your mom's outside.
No, I thought I heard your mom's door open. I didn't know what she was up to.
She didn't do anything.
Alright, so we kind of have that in place. Alright. Okay, so. What's we got going now, Bob? Alright, so he's coming back in with the Van Dyke Brown. I hate trying to do reflections with needle felting because they never look right. To me. Okay. So it looks like this was let me just finish kind of fill in this into here. Alright. My project for tonight is fluffing that color. Alright, so he's kind of got this guy kind of filled in to here. Right, and then let's go back with our orange, glorious gold, and our yellow. Let's just grab all three. As we shake the heck out of the camera again. One of them keeps popping up, so I'm not actually doing anything with it, so alright, so we got this guy kind of all the way down into there. Like I said, it's a new camera rig. We're still trying to work out the kinks on it. Alright, so we'll have to end up putting our base wine color in through here. And then it looks like we've got some of the red wine mixed in with it. Right, so that will have to like kind of bring straight down. It's gonna look weird in needle felt. We can try, but I make no promises for how that's gonna come out. It might look really strange. Orange. There's gonna be a little bit of probably varsity gold. And then we'll have, what is it? Buttercup for our really bright. I shake everything. I'm not sure if we'll be able to fix that for tomorrow. We'll have to take a look at it tonight. Okay, so that real bright section isn't that far. Okay. Get rid of that. Alright. Yeah, that should probably be over. A little bit further, or a secondary shrub here. So that's kind of a little more open than I expected it to be. Okay, so get the idea there. Alright, okay, so there's the projection. We kind of already have it a little bit. Oh, he self-fudged it. Okay. Okay. Sure, Bob. So, actually it kind of starts up here. Sorry about the shaking. See, it's so hard to tell sometimes with the way he can jump around. Some of the ones he's done, he'll be real dang jumpy. And then we've got the soft fudge in here. Highlighting that. Alright, I'm gonna call that the finger out into the water, so it's gonna be chocolate brown and soft fudge. Alright. Or at least as of right now, I'll probably change my mind later, but just gonna make that same grassy color. That we've kind of been running with. Yeah. And just kind of fills that in. Alright, we're cleaning our brush. Much too bright. Oh, Bob. Y'all. We'll do what we can, but this is why I was really apprehensive about this one. He just goes... This is like episode 29, not... or season 29, not like episode 3, or season 3, Bob. So he's just fussing with it at this point. We'll do what we can. Alright, here comes that tree. At least that's the one side of it. Okay. Are you adding branches? One branch. Okay. I hit pause and it doesn't. Alright, so tree. Big tree is going to be our chocolate brown. So it's going to be a thick enough tree to lean against. How high does he... Is that like full on in front of everything else? It probably is. He's got like an arm hanging out up here. On that side. Okay, and then he starts to put in the little guys. So, fire's here. That might be a little close. We might have to move it over a little, but he kind of does like a little... oval. Where's that black color? Okay. Oh, okay, so he skips the face altogether. He's just kind of tucking a shoulder there. What are you doing there, Bob? Are we warming our hands by the fire, or... No, it's resting on our leg. Okay. Okay, so... I made that a little close. Okay, so then that. Okay, we might be able to pull that off with needle felt. Maybe. Like the basic idea of it. I'll have to shift that tree over just a little. Okay, and then you put a little highlight on the hat. Oh, he did a little bit on all of them, kinda. Kinda looks like Bigfoot in a top hat. Ooh. Alright. he's still fussing. Because it's pretty much done. Aside from some like little odds and ends. Like he's doing a little bit of waterline. It just seems like he's filling time because this one didn't take him the full 30. Okay, so then he's going back and adding shrub. Like in through somewhere like in through here. Oh, okay, that actually comes down a little bit further than I thought it did. You don't want to come down too far though, because he's leaning against it. What the? Does this person not have traction? They're like, are they stuck? Somebody's like revving their engine. It sounded funny. Okay, so he's just kind of putzing at this point.
Whatever their problem is, I can't see them.
Yeah, he keeps like checking the time. This one was pretty fast for him. Alright. So that's kind of the basic idea of it. Oh, what the hell are you doing?
Checking something.
Hold on, guys. Let me mute real quick. Sorry, I didn't know what the phone call was about. We're just gonna stop there for today because it's 3:30. I don't really have time to get involved with starting to sketch some stuff out here. So I think we're ready for tomorrow. We're gonna have to do some tests tonight and see if we can make this not shake because we're gonna be stabbing. It might have just been because I was really getting in there with the colored pencil and making everything shake, but we'll see how that goes. So we'll be picking back up with this tomorrow. And starting to actually get nitty-gritty with the fluff. Hopefully we can start a little sooner tomorrow. That kind of depends on what's going on with the pipe and what we have to do to try to fix that. Hopefully it starts to warm up a little bit. Let me see what our temps are looking like for tomorrow. Let me see. So it's currently 3 degrees and feels like -12. This is definitely gonna be snowing for a little bit longer. We're nothing but blue on the radar at the moment. Let's see, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's supposed to be a high of 16. It's not supposed to get above freezing till Wednesday. Wonderful. We were supposed to take the cat to the vet on Tuesday, and I don't know if that's gonna happen now. Because Tuesday's high is only gonna be 22. Oy. Alright, what the hell did I just do? I just did something. I don't know what the hell I did. Alright, I mean, towards the end of the month, like the 23rd, is supposed to be raining and high of 51. Go figure. But let's try to figure that out later, I guess. So we will see what we can do. Tomorrow we'll dive in. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this afternoon. Don't forget to follow the socially thingies down below. We've got links to the YouTube channel, the Ko-fi page, the Instagram, and the Twitter where we usually post when we go live, and other shenanigans that are happening. I have to go and figure out who wants what for dinner because our original dinner plans changed. So I will see you all tomorrow. Stay safe, stay warm, and I'll catch you later.